What's up?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey.
Hey, fella.
Well, we just, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Patronizer, another Patronizer thing. 30 seconds ago, we said, what do you want to talk about? And Reese said, you want to do some songs? And I'm going to be honest with you. I said yes, but now that I'm kind of looking at stuff, I want to say no.
This is how I get you.
Because here's what I want to do. I am tired because I'm sure the people are tired of me when it comes to me talking about songs. I don't remember them all that well.
That's why you got to use the internet to read your own lyrics. And you're like,
yeah. And so that's what I want. I want to prepare. I want to prepare more than just, in 15 seconds going, yeah, I'll do this. And I want to be able to ask other guys in the band, like if they remember stuff from the writing and recording of it and things like that, up until we get to the point where I'm starting to remember, like, Soundtrack to a Revolution. Like, that's when I think my style of writing changed, my message style changed, like all that stuff. So all that nonsense in between, the Fight of My Life album, all that.
why? You're going to get excited about it at that point.
Yeah.
We got to stick in there for it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, but like right now, we don't have to do it right now because I don't have that prep time.
Well, you can prep
like
while I'm
next
talking.
week.
Do it right now, Joe.
But like
Joe,
next
now.
week. But like next
Joe,
week.
do it now.
But like next week,
Joe.
I could shoot some text out to some of the fellas. I don't even know where I left off. I don't even know what song.
Was I alive during this? Did we record this? We record this with the lead singer of Korn?
It's weird, like the gaps that your brain has.
Mine doesn't.
Like, I don't remember. There's so much that I just don't remember.
I remember everything. Remember the Alamo?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Vaguely. That was the old Mexican restaurant at the corner of 12 and DeQuinder.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
That's all.
Fried ice cream.
That's all you need to know about that.
At the Alamo.
They had flan, or you can call it flan if you want, but I call it flan.
Flan, because you're an American.
Flan. You don't got any flan?
You got flan up in there?
So you want to pause on this? You want me to talk about...
I'll take one of them there. What?
I never finished our first album, Upbeats and Beatdowns, talking about the listener favorite third world think tank.
Well, let's talk about it then, because I could comment on your stuff and that could send us in a direction. I don't have a song to do, but
you don't want to do
let's do third world think tank.
Well,
or as I like to call it, third world stink tank.
Yeah. That's what I also like to call it. I think we have to play it. I think people in the band are like, we should play this. I don't know about it.
I see that the Punkin Drublick tour is in Denver.
Oh, is it? When?
I thought you guys were going to be on it because there's some bands I've never even heard of on it. Ugh. So I thought you guys would be on it.
Oh.
Let me see here. Punkin Drublick, Colorado.
You ever heard of it? So, guys.
Punkin Drublick Craft Beer and Music Festival at Fiddler's Green Amphitheater.
Oh, they're calling it Fiddler's Green again, not Coors?
It is... Doesn't even say. So let me look at this one. The tour calendar. Denver, Colorado, 7/20 and 7/21.
We're playing a ska festival like a month before that. It's like Goldfinger, the Aquabats, Les and Jake, us in Denver. It could be cool. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're also
I don't know who any of those bands that you named are, but
Goldfinger,
are they just local?
Yeah, it's a local band.
Are they just local bands?
Yeah. they're called Goldfinger and they're local. And then a band called the Aquabats.
Now, when you say they're local, do you mean crazy or do you mean they live around the corner?
Yeah, that's a Spanish word. Local means crazy.
Local. Yeah, like, man, that gringo is local.
Yeah, that's what you say.
And then you're like, oh, that guy must live around here.
He knows I live here.
White. He's white and he lives down in that brick ranch.
Yeah, which we call an adobe. Adobe.
Yeah. Can you say that with me? Say it with me. Adobe.
Pedro and his wife, Inez. Pedro's wife, Inez, is making tortillas.
Say it with me now. Adobe.
There's no basement in the Alamo. See, full circle, Joe. We just did it. We completed the circle. That's why we're the number 5 comedy podcast in Poland.
In all of Peru.
In all of Peru.
We're the 9th best music history comedy show in all of Western Finland.
That's true. That is actually true.
And the thing is, we take that seriously.
We do.
There are a lot of podcasters. There's a lot of podcasters that would hear that and be like, that doesn't mean anything. But you know what? You know who that means a lot to? Jan and Filmray that are working the fields in Western Finland.
The reindeer fields.
When they fire up their Husqvarna and they're out there tending to the reindeers, Jan says to Filmray, yeah, the pickle and boot shop, yeah, I've never been so happy in my whole life.
That is what they say.
You know? And then we do it for them. And we don't do it for us and the accolades.
No. I mean we do it every week or so.
Is my shelf filled with accolades that we've received from this podcast? Yes. Is that why we do it?
No.
We do it for Jan and Filmray.
Yeah. I don't know how to add to that, Joe.
I mean,
I'm trying to yes and you, Filmray.
Yeah. And I mean, that's who we do it for.
That's who we do it for.
We don't do it
every week. You know,
we don't do it every week for him either.
Thing that we could just flippantly throw out as if it meant nothing, we would do it every week. But we don't. We wait until the time is right.
We save the best for last.
That's how you know it's good. We've waited. It has aged in our minds like
a fine milk.
Like a fine milk.
Cheese. Like it's aged like milk.
That became a cheese in our minds.
Then we aged that and then let it grow mold. And then we sold it for 3 times the amount because we told them that the mold makes it smell better, but it smells worse. But we told them you have to have a palate, and in that bourgeoisie palate, that stinky cheese is better.
It's true.
Guys. Anyone can have a delicious mozzarella, but it takes a real person to buy a $15 3-ounce block of cheese that you got to cut through 1.5 inches of crust to get to this creamy, stinky, smells like a thong that you've been riding a bike in. And then you rub that on a Ritz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's not why we do this podcast, is what we're saying.
No. And that is why we have our new slogan. Here's some more cheese for you crackers.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's going out to you, Jan and Filmray. Because it would behoove us to forget that we are the number 9 rated
music
history podcast in Western Finland.
Right.
And we're firing up the ranks in Nigeria.
It's true. I didn't think we were ready to bring that up, but it is true.
I have received some telegrams that as the villagers walk for water, that we are what they're playing on their headphones.
I know a guy from Nigeria who would be so mad about what you just said. He'd be like, we do not have a village and walk for water. Okay.
He's like, yes, our village is booming.
That's his accent.
That's the accent of everybody I do around the world. It's less racist that way.
Good idea.
See, that's what I think our slogan should be.
It's
the Pickle
racist.
and Food Shop, a diabolical discussion, a diabolical brainwashing machine. It's less racist that way. Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop, a diabolical brainwashing machine. It's less racist that way.
I love it. I feel like, Kevin, you need to get back on board and make us some stickers or shirts.
And, when people hear me say that, I know that it cuts to the quick that they realize these guys are on another plane.
They're better.
These guys are local. These guys are crazy.
Crazy. Local.
They're absolutely local. And
crazy.
And we don't take it for granted, you guys.
No.
Every single month when the podcast rankings come out, guess who opens the newspaper and looks? Not us.
Oh, no. Because we know. It doesn't matter.
We know it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We know that Jan and Fillmore and what's your buddy in Nigeria? Nuru?
No.
Goki? What's his name?
Goki.
Goki? Is that his name?
Goki. He's the Nigerian god of mischief.
So Jan and Phil Ray and Goki, we're doing it for them. Sure, there's Kevin Brennan.
Oh, his name's Musa.
Sure, there's Pete Hutchinson.
Yeah, there is.
Sure, there's
Grandpa
all
Tweedle.
These people.
There's several people.
Yeah. Sure, there's half dozens of people across this country that listen to this podcast. And yes, we're doing it for them too.
Right.
But they're blessed to live in a country where podcasts are free and they have the choice to pay for it on Patreon.
Yeah, not this part. You guys
You know what I mean?
That's why it's so good.
They're blessed that they live in a country where they have the option and the encouragement to pay for it on Patreon.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. Don't get these words mixed up.
Don't.
It's like I don't know if you've ever heard this. It's called the Colfax and Broadway syndrome. And it's where it's like how many babies can you fit in a tire? It's like a whole Zen thing.
It's a whole Zen thing.
So.
Joe.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't have a clue.
Do you want me to talk about this song?
Yeah.
Talk
Third
about
World Think Tank.
Nips of the apocalypse. So
we do have to do that. You have to send me a thing. It's got to be a day. Well, today would have been a great day. Yeah, okay. Today would have been a great day because I'm off tomorrow.
This is what I got, guys. Well, tomorrow, let's do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Do we want everybody to come in on it? Okay, first one, Fireball.
Okay.
That's an easy find. You can do that. Second one, Southern Comfort. Probably you can find a little shooter of that. Third one, you might have to go
Jaeger.
To the Netherlands for this. Jägermeister. Fourth one.
Meister Jägermeister.
I don't know if I agree with this one because I don't like it at all. I don't like many of these.
I don't think we do that. I don't think we should do it.
Coconut Malibu rum.
It might save us though from some of the other flavors.
So it's gonna taste like you're gonna taste it. And you're gonna be like, this tastes like Mountain Dew Code Red. It's gonna be Code Red in your pants. All right, this one not so easy to find.
What's
Romana
that there?
Sambuca. Sambuca is Italian. It's like ouzo. It is a black licorice flavored liqueur. And then this one, Rumpelminz, peppermint schnapps.
And we got to do a 7. It has to be the 7 seals, not
Oh, we
6.
need a 7th? You're right.
So we got to pick some up. Like maybe just like a Jameson.
That's too good. It's got to be something that, like a Zenny. What was that stuff called? Zencaster? What were those? Zulu? Zuni?
I don't have a clue.
Zumi.
Zoomy?
Zumo?
Like when a dog gets the zoomies?
Zoo.
Sit right here. This brings me, I have an idea to show you something.
Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe has just stepped away. Stepped away from the podcasting, possibly forever. I'm just going to describe to you what Joe sits behind. There used to be what looked like a mummified baby, but he took it down probably because his sister was embarrassed because she had a mummified baby. But he's got a bunch of pop. What are they called? Pop guys?
Funko Pops.
Funko Pops. I think Doctor Strange and Dolly Parton. 2 Dolly
Iron Man.
Partons. That's
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay.
Dolly Parton from the 60s. Dolly Parton now.
Dolly Parton curing COVID right now.
Doomsday.
Doomsday curing Batman.
Who's the blind guy from Rogue One? Churu. That guy.
That guy.
Magneto. Kylo Ren.
Wow. Kylo Ren.
Chris Stapleton.
What? Okay.
The country star.
Chris Stapleton.
Insiders Joe Yerke.
Joe.
What?
Come on, man. Show some humility. Okay,
Sorry.
who's next? Guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones.
And then behind it is Arthur, Tom, and
Mike Herrera, the guys in MXPX.
John Shelby from Peaky Blinders.
Okay. I've never seen that show.
Then up here I got Dr. Emmett Brown and Marty McFly.
Okay. And
I
a White
have
Castle guy?
A White Castle slider.
Yeah.
I have John Winger from Stripes.
John Winger, who wrote the song.
Bill Murray in the movie Stripes.
What song did Kip Winger? Kip Winger. What did Winger write?
I don't have a clue what Winger wrote. Then I have Babu Frick from The Mandalorian.
What?
Babu Frick. Here's my John Winger from Stripes.
Okay.
And then Babu Frick.
Oh, that guy. The little guy.
Yeah.
He's in The Mandalorian, or is he in the new Star Wars?
The new Star Wars.
New Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have Harry Dunn and Lloyd Christmas.
Who's Harry Dunn?
From Dumb and Dumber.
Oh,
Harry and Lloyd.
that's their names?
Yeah.
Okay.
Harry Dunn and Lloyd Christmas.
That's it.
Those are all my Funko Pops.
I sent you one too, but it got smashed.
It got smashed, but I have it out at Heidi's.
Okay.
And it's Flava Flav. I do have to bring that back. The box got smashed, so I'm going to put it out here. Now, this is what I went to get. So you showed me the 6 nips of the apocalypse.
Yeah, we needed a 7th.
Our family here,
impossible, guys.
Our family here, we're going to have a pop taste test. And so these are some of the soda pops that
Joe,
are
I'm so
sold.
glad you say pop.
Yeah, that are sold at my niece's store. So there's a Sioux City Birch Beer. Okay. Sioux City Birch Beer. A banana soda.
What?
Yeah. Mustard soda.
Oh, have you tried it?
No, we're going to be having a taste test soon. Buffalo wing.
Oh,
Buffalo wing sauce. Soda pop. Oh, it gets better.
Ranch dressing soda? You're kidding me.
Ranch dressing
Dude.
soda. This one is pickle.
Okay, that makes sense. That sounds delicious.
Some of these are like the ones that we've experienced as you cross the country. Remember Moxie?
Yeah.
Yep. So
it's not
Moxie.
Good.
This is Fitz's Cardinal Cream. I'm guessing it's like a strawberry and cream. Coffee cake.
Soda?
Yeah. Here's a dark cream Italian style soda.
That kind of makes sense.
Fitz's Hip Hop Pop Berry Cola.
That sounds like Faygo.
Yeah. And then this is a honey cream Americana honey cream.
Oh, that sounds good.
These are 12 of the flavors. There's, I think, 12 more in the other room.
Oh my God.
And we're just going to do a taste test all night.
The mustard.
I don't know what the other, mustard and
ranch dressing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go put these back. I'll real quick check and see if there's any other crazy flavors. But
That's really cool. So, anyway, remember it. That was funny. And then the one time, oh yeah. What?
All right, I'm back.
Sometimes.
I'm back to let you know I can really shake it down. Okay, so tell me about this Third World Stink Tank. How did you write it?
Well, I don't know, like, I don't know. I was in a room and then I had a notepad.
I was behind a Shoney's with a drifter.
Toothless Joe. That's what he called me.
And every time he said an F, his tooth jiggled in the wind.
So, back in those days, and I think still to these days, when I listen to a song, like one of the guys in the band will be like, hey, here's a song. I listen to what it sounds like to me, what it sounds like it should be about. Like the Old West, I'm like, oh, this sounds kind of Western. I'm going to write a song about the West. And this kind of was like that too, like it's kind of rockabilly-ish, and so it's like, I walked into the room. It sounded like one of those old, like, kind of country rap songs. I don't even know what they were, where they'd be like, hitting up a convoy. But it's like, then I threw the trucker down and I shipped it in a second. And then we got on the convoy. Okay, heading up a convoy. And so I was like, it kind of sounds like that. So I started writing something similar. So at the time when we put out our first album, we were writing for it. I had a part-time job. It was a full-time job, but then it became a part-time job. I was going back to college where I was
as a ska singer.
Ska singer. That was my part-time job. No, I worked for this company that did karaoke, and my boss was like, he was really good at selling things. So he bought, I guess he worked for Rent-A-Center, you know, that it's like errands. So he worked for Rent-A-Center. Rent-A-Center created like a subdivision called Rent-A-Center Entertainment where they were renting out karaoke rigs. And then he was like, these people don't know how to put it together. We should try and, he kind of took over there, like in the Denver area. He's like, we'll send somebody out with them. So he's really good at selling stuff. He talked a good game. And so he would get people to come out and do karaoke at parties or bars. And he was finding like a guy that tried out for Journey, or, you know, like a guy, like people who just about made it big and couldn't. He'd be like, hey, do you want to keep singing? Do you want to keep doing this? You're gregarious. Host karaoke at this bar. And I've got the equipment. So he'd hire these dudes, and it was like gangbusters. Just like these bars would be doing so well on their karaoke nights because he'd hire all these guys. Like, this guy used to be in Up With People or whatever. So he's really good friends with my mom, and kind of took me under his wing. And he's like, how about you come and you can work as a DJ? Because these guys don't know what they're doing. And you know a little bit about electronic stuff. So I worked as a DJ for this karaoke stuff. And it was, the way that it worked was, it was the old Pioneer laser discs.
Okay.
So when I started doing it, was like 92. It's like 92 to when the band started, like 95, 96. Because I do remember.
I was a freshman in high school
when I started this.
Yes.
Jeez, Joe. Thank you for making me feel old.
You're welcome. You're 50.
But this is before there was DVDs. Or maybe it was like right at the advent of them, but really, like, you had VHS and then you had these Pioneer laser discs. The quality, like the image quality, if you zoomed in out, you'd be like, this is garbage. But then everybody watched things on tube TVs, so they didn't think it was garbage. It was like a record size, but it played video. Right. So they would do, Pioneer had like this thing where they were making videos for karaoke, and they sold the equipment, really good, like these really good speakers. I wish I could get hold of them. And then this rig that did karaoke, and it had like, you could turn up the juice, you know, like you could get in there and be like, I'm going to add a little bit more reverb. It was just like a very basic kind of like, people could do this at home, but it was better if somebody knew the equipment and they could set it up and do all this stuff. So you'd mix a little bit, like you'd mix the mics, and you'd have to kill it because there'd be feedback all the time. So that was my job. And then I had 2 of these Laserdisc things. So I'd have one ready to go, the other one ready to go, and then a DVD player with music in between. So it was like really DJing. And then these guys who were like in Up With People, they'd be like, all right, and coming up next. And they'd go down the list, and I'd make the list for them. I'd be like, this guy's already sang 3 times. This person just signed up.
Next up, Carrie Snodgrass with White Wedding.
Yeah. So that was my job. It was like kind of managing it. Whereas like these guys they're all older. I was like 19, so I couldn't drink.
Tammy Stiffcorn singing
drink.
Material Girl.
Exactly. But like these guys are getting free beer, free food, and then just I'm in the back like doing all the work, and they're just like, yeah, all right, here comes, and you give them the list, and they'd be like, Anna, and then I think once an hour, part of the deal was these guys had to sing, and they'd kill, you know, like they'd have practiced this song 1,000 times on the same equipment, and they were pro singers, so they just
born and raised in South Detroit. Don't stop
for real. But it was incredible. And so like for me, I was doing that for a living or for my part-time job. And then we were doing 5-hour, and we kept having to do it at Friday nights. Was just this, I don't know if he sent me to it because the other hosts were women. So this was like a shady bar in Commerce City, which is like kind of up by the airport. It's like the industrial area of Denver. And then it was super shady. So it was just like all these tough dudes who like were Vietnam vets, and they just got off work at like UPS. And they
had to go in and sing Fortunate Son.
Yeah, that would happen. So I was like, I ain't no senator's son now. Dude, every day I did it though, somebody would try and get me drunk, and then women would try and have sex with me. And
it sounds like a horrible job.
I couldn't take it all in. I just was like, no, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm a Christian, and then no, I cannot have the beer. I'm 19. I cannot. So I wrote this song because I was like, it sounds like this job, and it sounds like Convoy, kind of like that style of old country. So it's like I walked into the room and she was right there waiting, leaning up against the bar while she was perpetrating. Slick and snot her spandex and blacker than some coal. She set her gaze upon my booty with disco in her soul. So it's just like, I don't know. I love this song.
That was some cougar who was trying to get the old DJ's Wranglers.
Yes, which happened quite a bit.
Some cougar trying to get in your Z Cavaricis.
She never got in there. She just tried. So I said, then it's like so much for indecision. So quick did she decide, the temptress with her doors open, inviting me inside. There's a little innuendo there.
Oh.
I want to take you home with me, said the sparkle in her eye. I would like to, honey, but I'm about to die. I have got a time bomb. I strapped it to my chest. When it blows, I'm out of here. You can have what's left. So in hindsight, that's a little violent, that little part.
You think?
But what I was trying to say...
Yeah, what are you trying to say there?
So there's a couple times in Paul's epistles where he says that we are to act as like condemned men, that we are, like that, just illustrations that Paul, I wish I would have done some looking up in the Bible before I talked about this. But like, like when Paul talks about how like we're been like being led into the arena to die, we should live our lives like this. And so that was kind of the gist of this song, was I was trying to say like, hey, I'm not going to go for this cougar lady because I'm a Christian. I feel like I'm going to act like I'm going to die and everything could fall apart at once, but I'm ready and you're not, which is kind of pretentious. So the room got kind of quiet and you could smell the fear. I only heard the jukebox play a Tears in My Beer. So what's the verdict, mister? When's it going to blow? I just winked at her and said, darling, I don't know. Time bomb ticking in the room. Everybody goes someday. Blows so quick, you better be somewhere where it's safe. Thin-skinned and threadbare thinking. So I want to talk about this line. Sometimes when I was trying to figure out words to use in songs or song titles, I would just look in the dictionary. So these things, thin-skinned and threadbare, were together. So was Third World and Think Tank. And that's how it got its name. I just was like, Third World Think Tank. They're together in the dictionary. And I was like, that I wrote it down. And I wrote it down next to that. And so they both made the song. Now You're Gonna Die. Don't try to rock the jukebox. Just kiss this world goodbye. And then there's like this pseudo rap. I was really into rap. And I wish somebody very early on was like, don't. Because it went for like 4 more albums And somebody should have just been like, don't, dude, just don't. Like if I had a time machine, that'd be my first move, not to get a winning lottery ticket. I just go back and tell myself not to rap. So,
And you hook up with that cougar.
Yeah, maybe. But so it goes, what's the deal? Don't you feel alone now in the silence? Pushing up the daisies now, there's better ways for you to diet. That doesn't even rhyme. Seeking after succor, well, suckers feel what suckers don't see. I'm trying to rap. All your life you stuffed your face, now you're dead. I rest my case, got a story here to tell. So you better listen well. Some old lady in a church got a nickel in her purse. This is the parable of the talent? The mitre? Not the talent, the mitre. Is it the lady that had one single coin Jesus is talking about? See, I kind of researched this.
Yeah, you could have.
What is Jesus's parable? There's like a lady, she has one mite. What she got in her purse? She gives it. It's all that she has. And he says, that is the greatest faith, like greater than a mustard seed, something.
Okay.
Anyway, it's some parable.
I'm not gonna agree with you because I am unsure.
Oh, geez. Some old lady in a church got a nickel in her purse. You were rich, she was poor. You dropped some 50s on the floor. She dropped her nickel with a clank. She was thinking third world think tank. And then we sing the chorus again, and then we're done. What is it?
I've got a
Parable?
time.
It's not the talent.
To my chest. When it blows, I'm out of here. You can have what's left. Boom, boom.
Okay. Mark 12:41 through 44. In the NIV, Jesus sat down opposite the place where the offerings were put and watched the crowd putting their money into the temple treasury. Many rich people threw in large amounts, but a poor widow came and put in 2 very small copper coins worth only a few cents. Calling his disciples to him, Jesus said, truly I tell you, this poor widow has put more into the treasury than all the others. They all gave out of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, put in everything, all she had to live in. There you go. That's what that's about.
Bam. Third world think tank.
Sweet. Fresh.
That's a great story. I love the karaoke that went along with it and the humor, thus adding to why we are the number 9 historical music comedy podcast
history
in southwestern central Finland.
Mm-hmm.
This is for Jan and Philroy and Goki.
Goki. Thanks, guys, for listening. And thanks to you. Next week, Joe will talk about a song he wrote and doesn't love. You don't have to do Scalleluja because you didn't write them. You don't even have to be like, skip it.
Yeah.
Unless you want to talk about it. Unless you want to be like, he has made me glad. Remember that one time he made you glad?
Yeah, I do. We'll figure it out.
What song did you make of the video for? And it was like you were pieces of paper.
Oh, he has made me glad.
I love it. That's like one of my favorite ever videos.
Celebration. It sounds like something that should be like at the beginning of like the Muppet Show.
It's so awesome though. That video is so good. I don't know how you got it. I don't know how.
We just had like a guy, Steve Taylor knew some dude who was like, hey, we're going to have this guy do this stop motion video. And he did it.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was too. Yeah, it was something. They were like, they were like, the guy's telling us he had it like storyboarded. And he's like, here you guys are going to be chased through like a bazaar, like in Mexico or something like that, like an outside market. They're going to be chasing you, but they're going to think you are somebody else. And they're like, who do you want to think? And so they're like, Newsboys, DC Talk. We were like, no, Petra. So like in the video, the signs like they're holding up, it says like Petra, but then they're like chasing us. And then they're like, you guys are going to hide in big vats of horchata. And they're like, you can each pick like the flavor of horchata that you want. So everyone's like strawberry, banana, whatever. I think I picked tuna coffee. And so I think like on mine, it says tuna coffee horchata. Yeah.
So how hard was it to make it? How long did you have to shoot the pictures for it?
We went one day and we went to this house where they had like this green screen set up, and like the artist who was doing the video, he set it all up and he green screened it, and then we sat in front of the green screen, and then he would play so he'd play the song and I would sing it, and then other guys were like Bram was like playing trumpet, and so then they would put that, and he would put that on like the faces of the characters or whatever. And then he's like, and then when they showed us like storyboard, they're like, then you're going to get chased. Then you're going to be on motorcycles or like scooters riding over. And so then we'd sit in front of the green screen and he'd be like, okay, act surprised. And you'd be like, like making faces and stuff. And so then he had all the different emotions for us, and then us kind of doing the song. And then he just went through and he did the video, and then he just put our faces and our actions and stuff like that in the video.
How long did it take?
Cool. I remember it taking a while.
Okay.
I remember
like
it
longer
taking
than
like,
you thought.
Yes, way longer than we thought. Like we thought like, okay, a month. And it was like 6 months or 7 months, something. It was a while.
Oh my gosh. How stoked were you when you saw it though?
It was awesome. Like I loved it. It was like our first video, and it was cool. Like we had done a video prior. Did we talk about it on this? I think we talked about it. We did a video where a kid that went to Liberty University, got a hold of us and was like, hey, for a school project, like for his college project, he goes, I have to do a video. Would you guys do the video? And so we're like, yeah, absolutely. He's like, so we set up, like we were out on tour. We set up a day where we were going to meet with him and like his buddies from his class, and they had their cameras and they had all this stuff. And he's like, okay, do you have an idea of what you want for your video? So I had come up with the idea, like Nate and I, that we would be a kid's show and tell project.
Okay.
So what we had in our heads was, it started off in a classroom, and then like Bobby came up and the teacher was like, Bobby, what'd you bring for show and tell? Like, did you bring your favorite toy that you got for Christmas? And he was like, no. Did you bring this? And he was like, no. They're like, what'd you bring? And he's like, well, I just brought my brother's crappy band. And then it pans to us. It pans to us, and we're all set up to play in front of these students. So the kid's like, that's awesome. So we went to an elementary school and like set up, and like this elementary school, like the dude got all the kids to like sign these, like liability waivers that they could be in the video.
No.
And so the parents were like out in the hallway, like watching. And then we set up in the classroom. We did it in front of like all the kids and stuff. And like, I'm like in kids' faces with like the microphone, like growling and screaming to like some girl who's like completely uninterested. She's like 8 years old, could care less. Then we went out for like B-roll stuff. We like went out on the playground, and like we were going down slides with kids, and we were like doing all that and just kind of doing stuff. Then because this kid, I think, needed it for an element of his project, he had to do green screen. And so we went back to the school down into like the studio where he had a green screen and he recorded a bunch of stuff of us doing stuff in front of green screens. So then like a month later, he sends us like a copy of the video. And it was like the worst thing we'd ever seen. And like the idea for it was so great. And it was awful. I mean, it didn't look like a college project. It was atrocious. And it seemed like the kid like forgot that he did it and like real quick did it the night before. It was awful. And then to get like the green screen in it, he had like dinosaurs and like Kyle is like playing his guitar like in front of a dinosaur. Like that's like green screened behind him. It was like the weirdest thing. It was awful. Life goes on. Then like a few months later, we get this kid who's like calling our management and he's like, you owe me like $700.
What?
And we're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, like for the video, like for time and budget and cameras and all this stuff, like you owe $700. And we're like, we're not paying a thing, dude. Like you emailed us, like he emailed us. It said everything in the video, like everything in the email, like, hey, come down here. I'm doing this as a project, all this stuff, nothing about cost. Like we figured we were helping him. And he tried to like squeeze money out of us. So then like our management is like, no, we have these emails. Like we're not paying a dime. Like you can do whatever you want, but we're not paying. And that's kind of where it ended was like, we didn't pay this kid $700 for like a video. Cause we couldn't, cause the kid was saying like, well, you could send that video to like MTV or something like that. Like I did a video for you. And we were like, we can't even show this to our families. It's so bad. Like, and so we had it in the bus and we would like show it to people on the bus, like just as like how bad it was.
Oh, Lord.
So like that was our first video. And then we get this incredible one is our second video.
Okay.
And I think we only had one video after that, which was Jigsaw.
Yeah.
And that was fun. We did that with Darren Doan. And so that was a lot of fun. And those were the only videos we did.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's a good story, man. I want to see that video now.
Oh, man. I don't know who has it. I don't know if we still have it. Like I said, it was like one VHS tape. Nate may have it. I doubt it. But Nate usually hangs on to all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he still has it. But it was awful,
dude.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
And I don't know what song it was for either.
You don't even remember?
No, I don't know what song it was for.
Oh, so, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's that, you guys. A couple of good stories in there. I hope you got your Patreon money's worth it. Jan, Fillmore, Goki, for you too. Kevin Brennan, Renee.
So two different people. Other people.
Patreon people.
Peeps.
For you.
Go peeps. Love you guys. Pizza. Nothing.